And get your feet all just nice and movement. Morning. Good. Lots of movement into these feet. We're trying to just basically warm them up. We want to also warm the ankle up because we're doing lots of dorsiflexion in this start. So we're going to just start with one foot and point and press. So we're on the floor. We're going to do sitting on the floor, supine on the floor, but we're going to start with supine. And then we're going to work through all the points you need to know. So then a bit of rotation into this ankle as well. Excellent. And then the other foot. So fingers through your toes. And warming up. Morning, Jill. Lost one. Okay, so sitting today. So we're doing supine and sitting. So take it nice and slowly. So it's a nice slow class where you get to really focus on your breath and where your alignment of your body is. So once we've warmed up the top half of our foot again, we're going to point and flex this foot to really warm it up as well. Good. And then big rotations as well. Try and get as much movement into that as we can. Good. Clicking is okay. That's tendons moving about. Grating, not so good. So you know what, if you're clicking, that's okay. It's just your tendons kind of going into place. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to lie on our backs with our knees bent and our feet flat on the floor. So we want to make sure that our pelvis is nice and neutral. In order to find this nice neutral pelvis position, we want to check in with 2 points. We want to make fingertips on your pubic bone and ASS, and heel of your hands in your SAS, but also check in with your belly button. So you want to make sure that your belly button and your pubic bone are also in a nice straight line. And this stops you doing any anterior tilting or posterior tilting kind of at the top end of your pelvis. Then we want to make sure that we're evenly weighted on each side of your pelvis. So you want to make sure that you're not leaning over to one side or leaning to the other side. So find a nice even weighted position. Then our feet are nice and flat on the floor. Back of your rib cages on the floor. Try and back of your shoulders on the floor as well. Just hands, just wherever you can have them comfortably, and have your shoulders and your ribs on the floor. The back of your head is on the floor as well. And we're just going to do 3 nice slow breaths here. Just inhaling for 3, exhaling for 6 to start. So ready to inhale. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, we're going to do 4 and 8 3 times, and then we're going to start the pose. So ready to inhale, nice slow inhales and exhales. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Think about the ribcage knitting into the center. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sorry, too long counting. 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Think about this ascending breath. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. Then from here, we're going to dorsiflex our ankles. We want to make sure that our legs are hip distance apart. So it's very hard for me to tell online whether you're totally nailing this bit. So you want to look and you want to make sure that this ASAS bone here is kind of in line with either the outside of your knees or the center of your knees. So you don't want your knees wider than your hips. So have a little check and make sure. Now, the cue, we're dorsiflexing our ankle. We're also pressing our heels into the floor and drawing back towards our sit bones. We also want to make sure here that we're squeezing a little ball between our knees, and we're not pulling our knees in towards each other, because that starts to have this vulgaris thing where we're overcompensating. We want to feel that we're just squeezing it, and it's like almost like we're holding it in line with the outside of our legs. So there's no movement. Everything is just tensioning. Nice neutral pelvis. Hands again, nice where they're comfortable, where you can get the back of your ribcage and the back of your shoulders on the floor. And now in this position here, we're going to do 3 nice slow breaths and an apnea breath. So ready to inhale. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Make sure the back of your ribcage is on the floor. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. and slowly opening your rib cage, keeping the back of your rib cage on the floor. Really think about opening and drawing it away from your pelvis, keeping your pelvis nice and neutral while you do this. And when you're ready to inhale here, you're just going to inhale in position. So the next thing to think about, so we've thought about everything that's going on with our legs. So now we want to also think about what's going on with our spine. So we're going to keep this dorsiflexion in our feet and keep everything nice and tense like this in our legs. Find a tension you can hold or maintain. So whether that be 80% of tension, 50% or 20%, find something you can hold. Now, I'd like you to visualize your coccyx. So I want you to think about your coccyx pulling away from you towards your feet and the crown of your head moving away towards the opposite wall. So a nice long spine, but still keeping your rib cage on the floor, pelvis neutral, shoulders nice and heavy on the floor. Now, as you inhale, I want you to visualize what happens with your coccyx. So as you inhale, your coccyx actually unfurls. So you should feel it almost like your lower back wants to leave the floor a little bit on the inhale. And then on the exhale, it's like the coccyx tucks back up and underneath again. So it's like your tail is coming out and your tail is tucking under. So on the inhale and exhale. So just be aware, think about what's happening with your pelvis. So hands somewhere nice and comfortable still. 3 breaths in an apnea breath, but this time I really want you to focus on your coccyx. Ready to inhale. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3. Think about it curling under. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, curls under. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Slowly open your rib cage. Take it super, super slow. Nice, slow open. Good. And when you're ready to inhale here, we're going to inhale in position and we're going to stretch our hands out towards the sides. The palms and arms are off the floor slightly. So palms facing up towards the ceiling. We're going to do this tensioning for the distal point, the furthest away point. So we're going to start by turning our hands over, then our elbows, then our shoulders. So making sure we're internally rotating. So you shouldn't feel like you've rolled your shoulder blades off the floor. It's just within the socket here. So if you take your hands too far, so if you keep rotating your hands, you'll start to feel your shoulder starting to roll. So you want to come to the point just before your shoulder starts to roll in the way. And then we're going to extend our wrists, our fingers point up towards the ceiling, and keep your elbows where they are. Keep thinking about pushing from your shoulders out towards your elbows as you bend your fingertips in towards your pelvis. So we've got this really nice tensioning. Good, that's nice, good. Armpits draw towards your hips. Think about your stretching through your spine, pulling back with your toes from your heels, squeezing that ball between your thighs. And we're going to do 3 breaths here, keeping your jaw relaxed, but everything else in your body should be working now. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Expanding. 1, 2, 3. Holding this tension. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Slowly opening your ribs, and as you open your ribs, you're going to move your hands up, and I want you to feel that rib cage slowly moving up further and further as you press your hands through, honey, nice and slowly, holding it for as long as you can hold your apnea breath for, all the way up into your 3rd position. Good, they're nice, guys. When you're ready here, inhale here, and exhale, shake it off, and we're going to roll onto our side and come up to sitting. Oh, yes. Okay, so sitting. Initially, what you want to do is make sure that you can sit up, or you need to have a block. If you need to have a block, place a block underneath you. So if you have something to hand, use it, because we're going to be sitting here for a while. Now, the important thing here is that we sit right on our sit bones. So find your sit bones. Initially, you'll find this is hard to sit initially because we're not used to using our back extensors properly. So our back extensors are kind of pulled short like this. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to lift them back up again so that we can have this nice movement in our spine, or we can hold our spine comfortably like this. I used to hate sitting poses. I actually quite like them now because you can feel what goes on with your sit bones. So feel your sit bones. And we're not going to do anything else except find our alignment at the moment and find our sit bones. And now all we're going to do is, again, make sure that our rib cage is directly on top of our pelvis. And then all we're going to do is we're going to breathe. And I want you, first of all, to just focus on what's going on with your rib cage. So you can have your hands around the bottom of your rib cage. and breathe, or just hands anywhere comfortable. And we're going to do 3 nice slow breaths and an apnea breath, just focusing on your rib cage. That's it, and your alignment. So thinking about nice tall alignment. Draw your chins back. So if you think about it here, what we want to avoid, I'll try and get you some side on. What we want to avoid is this movement here, because what it does is it puts something like, I think it's something like a pound of weight on, or something like that, for each centimeter you come forward with your neck onto your lower spine. So it's actually, you won't feel it so much in your shoulders, although they'll get tense, but you'll start to really feel it in your lower back. So we want to make sure that we're thinking about drawing our chin back the way and pressing the back of our head against a wall. Not that we're tilting our head or pulling our head down the way, just that we're drawing back with our eyes directly towards the horizon. So this is really important for neck positioning, and it will become more comfortable as time goes on. So once you've found this beautiful tall position, 3 nice slow breaths, focus on your rib cage. So let's do another 3 breaths. Hands can be around your rib cage or hands by your side, but we're really thinking each time you exhale, you're getting taller. So it's as if you're pressing your head towards the ceiling, each exhale. Nice and slowly. Good. And then your apnea breath at the end. These look nice, good. Good. The next one after this, so once you've finished your own one, we're going to think about just our sitting bones. So we've got this beautiful, nice upright posture. And now I want you to visualize what happens with your sitting bones. So we want to think about your sitting bones spreading apart and drawing together. So it's almost like you've got an elastic band and you're stretching it out towards the side, and then you're allowing it to be let go, but you're still holding a bit of tension as you let go. So you're stretching out and you're not just going, whoo, let it go. We're stretching it out, and then on the exhale, it's slowly being allowed to bring it back into the center. So again, 3 nice slow breaths, focusing on these sit bones. There's a guy called Tom Franklin who's he's a Swiss kind of pelvic floor. He's a dancer, ex-dancer. And he thinks about visualizing it with your hands. So if you're struggling with the idea of sit bones widening, well, a good idea is to get your hands. And just as you inhale, visualize your hands, watch your hands moving apart and think about your sit bones. And then as you exhale, think about your hands moving together and think about your sit bones. And it actually really works. There's some kind of idea of actually having something to visually see to connect to the area of your body. He does it for all his positionings. And then your apnea breath at the end. So after your last one, inhaling, and then exhaling, and then your apnea breath. And for me, it was a real game changer because I actually really started to feel it after I started to use my hands. Good. Okay. Hold. Now, we're going to put it together. So this time we're going to make sure our feet are dorsiflexed. So if your legs are crossed, they're still dorsiflexed. If your legs are out in front of you, they're dorsiflexed. If we're in the diamond shape, we're dorsiflexed. So we want to make sure they're dorsiflexed. If you have your legs out in front of you, in order to engage the rest of our legs, if they're in this diamond shape, we want to feel like we're pulling our heels back in towards our sit bones. And that will help almost like drag you into a more upright position. Same if legs are out in front of us, we're dragging ourselves into that more upright position. And if our legs are crossed, we do this engagement through our arms. So when our legs are crossed, just before we do any other arm stuff, I want you just to press lightly on your legs. And press with your legs into your hands. And that's it. We're not going to do anything else with our arms just now. We're not tensioning at all, just that. Gaze straight ahead. And you're going to do 3 nice slow breaths and an apnea breath here. Just tensing our arms, tensing our legs. Don't really focus on your arms. It's more thinking about the legs. That's it. Good. Take your time. 3 nice deep slow breaths. Think about the sit bones widening, the rib cage widening. And as you exhale, think about your spine. As your whole body comes into the center, think about your spine getting taller and longer and longer. Always stretching those extensors. Good. 3 nice slow breaths. Think about your back position. Think about your head position. Think about your legs creating tension. Good. And then your apnea breath, nice and slowly. Good. Nice, Jillian. Good. Nice, Caroline. Okay, from here, we're going to take our hands. We're going to keep that tension in your legs. So feel that tension that you got when you're pressing into your legs with your hands. I want you to maintain that tension in your legs. Now, this is a difficult bit. Why you've not got your hands there. because most of the poses, we don't actually have our hands on our legs. So keeping that tension, we're going to stretch our hands out towards the side, palms face forwards. Here again, we want to think about our shoulder blades. So we're going to pull our shoulder blades together behind us, and then we're going to slide them out towards the side, creating space. You should, if you look straight ahead, you should be able to see both your fingers in your peripheral vision, or hands. Good. And then from here, we want to draw our armpits down towards our hips. We want to think about lengthening our neck away from our sits bones. 3 nice slow breaths here now. We'll do 3 and 6 and 10. Ready to inhale. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Think about your sits bones. 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Think about your ribs and your spine. 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Slowly opening your rib cage. As you open your rib cage, you're stretching your fingertips away from you. Open, 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 open. Good. Now feel where your rib cage is. Feel where you lift it to. Feel where it is on your body. And now from here, we're going to take our hands when you're ready to second position. And again, we want to keep that. Remember that tension in your legs. Feel that tension like you're pressing up. Press your hands as if you're pressing a wall behind you. Armpits draw towards your hips. Shoulders nice and down, they're depressed. Relax your neck. Gaze straight ahead. 3 nice slow breaths here. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feel where your rib cage is. 1, 2, 3. Think about that ascending breath. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Slowly opening your ribs for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale here. Exhale, shake these arms off because they'll start to get sore because we're actually properly tensioning. Okay, so now retension your legs. So think about that. Pressing up. Feel your sits bones connected. Dorsiflexed. And arms are going up into our third position. I want you to feel where your rib cage is. So feel its expansion just by moving our arms up. Let's bring our arms down actually to here. And then as we inhale, we're going to bring them all we're going to inhale here. And then as we exhale, we're going to bring them up so you can feel the rib cage moving up even on the exhale. And then we're going to do an apnea breath. So you don't hold them up here the whole time, Linda. Okay, so hands down here. Ready to inhale. So inhale here. 1, 2, 3. Feel what happens to your rib cage. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your hands in your peripheral vision. 1, 2, 3. Bring them back down and up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. 1, 2, 3. And up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Open your ribs for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling here. Exhaling, shaking them off. So this time we're all going to put our legs out in front of us so we can feel this position. So we can walk through this position again. So we've got our legs hip distance apart. We want to make sure we're dorsiflexing our feet. Now, it's common that people have indiscrepancies in the way their legs are. So for me, my knees are actually, my feet should be there. So if you look down your legs, you should be able to have from your hips to your knees to your big toe, second toe. There should be a nice straight line that goes from your big second toe all the way up to your knees. So you see my knees are slightly skilted off the way. It's getting better than it was. Like it was really bad before. So we're thinking about keeping our feet pointing straight up towards the ceiling. We want to think about our knees pointing straight up towards the ceiling. Excellent. So that's the first difficult part. Then we're going to think about drawing our heels back towards our sits bones. Then we're going to think about that tension. So let's just create the tension for this one. So hands, stretch your hands out towards the side, rotate them, and then bring them in and have that tensioning in your arms and place your hands on the tops of your thighs. Gazing straight ahead. Focusing on what's going on with our legs. So for me, I need to imagine I've got a little ball between my thighs that I'm squeezing in order to activate the adductors more so that my knees start to turn out the way. Okay, let's try it. 3 breaths. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Open your ribs for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling here. On the exhale, we're going to take our hands up to second position. So again, we want to think about pressing the backs of our shoulders against a wall, pressing our hands against an imaginary wall in front of us. Check in with your legs again. Make sure you've got that tension and feel your sit bones. We've got 2 more to do here, then we're going to lie down. Ready to inhale. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch off your breath. Pause. Slowly opening your ribs for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Inhale here. So this time we're just going to try the diamond position. So we're going to bring our feet together, our knees together, drop our knees out towards the side, keep our heels together, and keep thinking about drawing your heels back towards your sit bones. We're going to have hands in first position for this. And during the apnea breath, we're going to move our hands all the way up, keeping our rib cage in line. So we want to make sure as we move our hands up that we don't start arching or drawing back. Press here. Lengthen through your spine. You've done really well. Sitting is the hardest pose. And then think about your sit bones. Ready to inhale. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Open your ribs for 10, 9. Moving your hands. 8, 7, 6. Keep the tension. 5, 4, 3. Shoulders down. 2. Reach from your bum. 1. Very nice, Caroline. Good. Excellent. That was great. Shake them off. Okay, so we are going to come back to supine because that's a lot of sitting up. And we don't do much, but you can see how active a sitting pose can become. So we're coming back down to lying down, and we're going to do 3 basic poses here. So we're going to start with the first one you ever learn. So we're going to dorsiflex our feet here, the way we did at the beginning. Check that your pelvis is neutral, that your rib cage is heavy on the floor and your shoulders are heavy on the floor. We are dorsiflexing our ankles, pressing our heels into the floor and checking that our knees are still hip distance apart the whole way along. Squeeze that little ball between your knees if you need to. Hands into first position. Again here, tension. So think about shoulder blades being wide, armpits drawing towards your hips, nudging with your elbows. 3 breaths. Ready to inhale. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Open your ribs for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. Hands to second. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Keep drawing back those heels, pelvis neutral. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Open your ribs for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. Move to third. Shoulders stay down. Rib cage stays down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feel the expansion in your rib cage. 1, 2, 3. Feel your coccyx. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep dorsiflexing. 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Slowly opening your rib cage for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale here. And on the exhale, we're going to stretch our legs out so they're fully extended. So here, in this fully extended position, we want to make sure that our legs are hip distance apart still, and we want to make sure our toes are pointed straight up towards the ceiling, not out towards the side. Again, nice neutral pelvis. Check in with your pelvis. Make sure you haven't shifted it anywhere weird. Rib cage is nice and heavy on the floor. And here we're going to do moving arms. So back of our head is on the floor. Hands are going to be in first position. Think about your tension. You want to make sure that your shoulder blades are as wide as you can get them. Ready to inhale here. Inhaling. 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Draw back from your heels. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Open your ribs. Once you've established your rib opening, start to move your hands and feel what happens to your rib cage for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling here. On the exhale, cross your right leg over your left leg at the ankle. Right hand is closest to your body. Left palm is on top of that right hand. Both hands facing away from you towards the ceiling. Feel the tension like you're holding up a bag of sugar, and keep that tension as you move your hands down towards your pelvis. Feel that you're pulling back through your heels, ready to inhale. Inhaling. 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Open your ribs and move your hands as if you're pushing through honey for 12, 11, 10, 9. Ribcage stays down. 8, 7. Shoulders draw down your back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale here and exhale, crossover for our last one for today. So again, everything swaps over. Left leg's on top, left hand's closest to your body with your palm facing towards the ceiling. Back of your right hand on that. Press that bag of sugar away. Draw it down towards your pelvis. And now feel that length from your coccyx all the way up through to the crown of your head. Ready to inhale. Inhaling. 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close your mouth and nose. Pause. Open your ribs as you move your hands up for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Shoulders down. 5, 4, 3, 2. Ribcage down. 1. Inhale here. Exhale, pull your knees in towards your chest. Feet up towards the ceiling. Either grab the back of your thighs, the back of your shins, or inside your legs into a bit of happy baby, just to release the pelvic floor. Here, you can hold this as a static pose. Nice big slow breaths. Don't hold your breath in this position. It's important to breathe. And then if you want to, you can rock it from side to side as well, just across your spine. Just give it a bit of a massage. Another 2 breaths here, just super slow. While you're doing this, you can also give your head a little roll from side to side. So take your head with you. Just loosen off any tension in your neck, which shouldn't be there, but might be there.